Yo, 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 what it do, family? High value basketball. We back once again with the best basketball commentary this side of the whole entire planet. Ya dig? Shout out to the boy LeBron, the NBA's all-time leading scorer, the man with the most points scored ever so far in the history of dribbling balls professionally. Good job, dude. Good job. I am not a LeBron hater. I myself do believe that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. However, I do acknowledge the fact that LeBron James is an second to none, unparalleled athlete that we have not seen before in the annals of NBA history. But dude is not the GOAT because there's just too many warts on his game. He's got too many weird moments in his resume. He's got too many flops. He's got too many L's. He's been the driving force of the team and then disappeared when they needed him most, causing them to lose. He helped start the player-generated super team player empowerment era, which also worked against him. He didn't even use it to his own best benefit. And he also is a big-time faker in a lot of regards because he runs on narratives and not solely on just pure product of play. He allows narratives to run and to muddy up the waters so that people cannot have healthy opinions about him, to where you're either 100% on his side or 100% against him, and you are now participating in some weird NBA religionist hyper emotional attachment to the memory and history of the NBA. So I like LeBron, I really do, but all of his antics and all of his histrionics, they really do lure the fans to prop this man up to create a very annoying groundswell of people who follow him, and as well just his game in and of itself. It's annoying because at least in my lifetime, and it is definitely agreed upon with a lot of other NBA fans, we have never seen a best player in the NBA be such a unskilled. No, we're not saying LeBron is not skilled, but he is the least skilled best NBA player that we've seen in a while. And when I say least skilled, meaning the dude travels all the time, but they just let it go. The dude is the all-time leader in turnovers, but no one talks about it. The dude has failed many times in the clutch. Yes, he has the best, or not the best, but he has a better, a playoff game-winning shot record, of course, than Michael Jordan. But if we look at the whole history of him in the last 2 minutes of games, playoffs and non-playoffs, we could clearly see that the man goes from LeBron James to LeBron Flames. Flames up, flames away. His whole body language changes. His majestic ability and power and strength somehow elude him. He forgets how to do basic stuff that he used to do the whole 32 minutes before. He has no idea how to get to his own shot consistently. And he's prone to travel a lot too. So all of those things, in spite of all of these crazy behind the works with the guy's game, I am a person who still puts him in the absolute all-time prime of the NBA top 5. I do things more in tiers than just sold rankings, and I put him in top 5 because I think about it as a team. This is a team game. So if we had a humans versus the Monstars, for the fate of the human race, LeBron's gonna be on that team, and anybody who truly understands and truly does like basketball should have LeBron James on that starting 5. Because if you have him with other clutch players who like to have the ball in the last couple minutes and who like to put everything on the line in their hands, LeBron is the absolute perfect teammate to get you to that position, without a doubt. So I say all of that to just put my stake and claim on all of that, because I do not want people to come over here and be like, oh, you're just being a hater. You just don't like him. And you just do that. I can't put him above Michael Jordan, because the guy just simply, at his absolute best self was that 2017 or 2018 run when he was by himself with no Kyrie in Cleveland, and he did that amazing playoff run. That's where he got all of those game winners in one playoff run. That version of LeBron is without a doubt the best basketball player that has ever lived in the history of basketball. That version of him. However, the part of the reason why LeBron isn't my GOAT is because he does not play with that same intensity, focus, execution, exuberance, insert any other superlative word that you want. He does not play with that same level of whatever throughout his career. He simply hasn't. Early on his career, he did not even know how to bring out that clutch monster that he became. He did not even know how to bring out that level of dominance in control of the game. He had no idea how to be that type of player. He had to grow to that. And then even in the process of him growing to that, when he was at his complete athletic prime in Miami, when his pre-athletic prime in Cleveland, he didn't have the skill. He didn't have the execution. And y'all can't say I'm a hater because the history proves it. All of those playoff flops against the Orlando, against the Boston, all of these flameouts that he has, he was not letting that Cavs team lose that 2018 year because not only was he athletic and skilled, he was also stepping up to the plate. That is what it's about. The stepping up to the plate and having the awareness that I am the best player on the freaking court and I am about to toy with all of you because none of you all can stop me, and I am going to force a win because I can do this because I'm the best. Every other player in every other era that we have said a person was either the GOAT or the player of that era, they've had that ability. They were the equalizer or the driving force or they were the catalyst. Solely at the most important, crucial moments, they stepped in the gap and they put themselves in the limelight. They put themselves in the pressure cooker. They put themselves in the position to have the ball in their hands and to get to their own shot and to make it for all of the glory. LeBron has been the person for the majority of his career passed the damn ball every time that crap came about. And because he has much more of a reputation of these failings, and let's just even say that the NBA is better now. We'll just roll with that argument. The NBA is better now. The teams are better, the organizations are better, the players are better, everything's better. So that's the reason why LeBron couldn't just flat out dominate anymore. Okay, if all of those players are better, then why in the previous era, when all of these new players were not here, when he was still not getting past the big three, he's still not getting past Dwight Howard of all people and Rashard Lewis. And you go back and you watch those playoff series, you can clearly see he is not giving maximum effort. And if he's not giving it out of his weird mentality, he's not giving it because he didn't even know how to unlock that level of trust in his own self. So for me, these are the things that remove him from being the GOAT, because I've seen other players, even lesser players that are not even as good as him, that they weren't afraid in the most intense moments. Yeah, they may not have made the shot, but you could tell that they weren't shook and they weren't running from it. Yeah, they may not have won that game, but you could tell that they were the driving force behind that team all the way up to the end, and they just were simply overmatched. There have been so many instances where it's just like in LeBron's scoring title game, where you see him somehow manage to drop all of these stats and do all of this stuff in the first three quarters. Yet, when it comes down for stuff to hit the road, you see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander busting shots in his eye. You see Josh Giddey rolling down the lane, getting easy layups with 2 minutes left, and LeBron somehow not being able to get to the cup, even though he's twice of everybody's size. Knowing that they down 6 points with 3 minutes left, and LeBron doesn't take a shot until the last 30 seconds when they're down 5. Like, all of this weird stuff that LeBron does throughout his entire career plays into why this man ain't the GOAT. Now, with all of that negativity for the haters and all of that truth for people who love basketball, I say all of this to say, that with him actually being this far down the road in his 20th year, with him averaging, I'm pretty sure 30 points or close to it, with him essentially being able to be a 90% version of himself from the apex version of himself. And he's 37, 38 years old, however old he is. And it doesn't look like, barring any injury, that he's going to get any slower for at least another season and a half. The dude is unquestionably the greatest athlete in NBA history, without a doubt. The man is the GOAT athlete. We ain't seen nothing like this. The dude, if you go back to dude's highlight tapes, I could see why a younger person who never saw Jordan play would mistake LeBron as being the GOAT, because his slow-mo highlights and his dunks, even though it's, not like he did pretty stuff in the air a lot, the dude was jumping out of the gym. The dude with that tomahawk cocking the ball all the way back was insane. The way when the dude dunked, he would shake the rim like a big man. I've seen NBA games in person. It wasn't until LeBron that I saw a wing player shake the rim when they dunk. And I'm being sincere about that. I don't recall any wing players shaking the rim when they dunk. And LeBron does that. The rim be shaking when that fool dunk. LeBron is unquestionably the best finisher in the fast break of all times. I have never seen anybody be so instinctually correct and fluid and know how to hit everything from every angle, know how to do misdirection and send defenders going the wrong way, how to finish with both left hand and right hand, scoop shots, floaters, whatever. I have never seen somebody be able to finish at the hoop in the fast break the way that LeBron does. I ain't never seen that. I really haven't. No one's ever done that. The way that this guy is still being as dominant as he is, as a top 10 player in the NBA at his age, it is unquestioned that this man is, without a doubt, the best athlete we have ever seen in the NBA and possibly of any sport. And so because of him being the best athlete, I do understand why some folks can reach across the table and stretch from athlete all the way to basketball player. I can see it. However, with respect to basketball, in respect to the all-time greats that came before him and whoever may come after him, and of course, most importantly, respect to the original GOAT, Mr. MJ, you gotta have more skill than what LeBron has. You gotta have more heart than what LeBron has. You have to have more fervor on the court than what LeBron has. And for me, that is necessary because I've seen other players have it. And I've seen other players use it. And I've seen other players execute it. And they did so that got them more success than what he did. And they did so consistently and much longer at that level of intensity than LeBron has. A part of the reason why LeBron has made it 20 years is because he did not play his full career like that 2018 season. If LeBron put everything on the floor like he says he does, that 18-year season when he finally played 82 games, the one season, his whole 20-year career, he actually played a full season. If he played with that level of intensity throughout his whole entire career and played with the execution and willingness to have the ball in his hands and the smarts and IQ to actually get to a shot, it would be way much more of a consensus that he would actually be the GOAT. He would probably have more rings. And guess what? He'd probably already be retired because he would have already maxed out his body and he would have not been able to continue to keep going. So yeah, LeBron is great, but he's also been hot dogging it, which is why he's allowed himself to collect longevity stats and why he's allowed himself to last in the league for so long. So hey, shout out to the greatest athlete that the NBA and possibly the sport world has ever seen. He is a GOAT, but not the GOAT. But hey, I'm going to give you my roses for what it's worth, Bron. High value basketball. Peace.